So we are meeting up again, lovely Friday, with a new topic, medical complications in pregnancy. So pregnancy, as I say, is a beautiful moment where two relationships are born. One, a new mother is born and a new baby is born, right? Mostly the pregnancy, generally it is smooth. 90 to 95% pregnancies are like smooth. There are hardly any complications there. However, few chunks of them are there where the complications can occur. Now, why they are important to know कि complications हैं और इनको pick करना है, because it can affect the health of a mother. Mother is a very important person. It can affect the health of a baby, or it can affect the health of the both. So the whole antenatal care or a prenatal care is based on the concept of early detection of these high risk factors, so that we can detect them, we can treat them, so that the risk to you as well as your baby is reduced. Right? So let's talk about what are the most common complications, right? So complications में क्या हो सकता है? There can be a threatened miscarriage. That means your pregnancy is threatening to get lost, and it can manifest in the form of a spotting and all. Second, it can be miscarriage. That is abortion. Sometimes, yes, in 5 to 10% of the pregnancies do land up in failure, and if timely intervene, we can save 5% of them. Then development of high BP during pregnancy, which is known as a hypertension or PIH, that is pregnancy induced hypertension. Or it could be GDM, that is gestational diabetes mellitus. That means increased the derangement of the sugar levels while during the pregnancy tenure. There can be a predisposition of infections. They can be preterm labor. They can be bleeding in the advanced pregnancy or leaking in the advanced pregnancy. There's a new entity called ICP, which is an intrahepatic cholestasis of pregnancy. Even this condition is getting on rise. So basically, we have to pick all these high risk factors. We have to see कि कौन पेशेंट है जिनको ये डेवलप हो सकता है, तो कौन से लो रिस्क हैं, कौन से हाई रिस्क हैं, कैटेगराइज करिए हाई रिस्क को, सो दैट यू कैन डू द प्रॉपर मॉनिटरिंग, यू कैन डिटेक्ट कब की स्टेज पे कोई चीज डेवलप हो सकती है, एंड टाइमली ट्रीटमेंट. नाउ सो बिफोर गोइंग ऑन टू दैट, लेट्स फर्स्ट डिस्कस कि who are the patients who can be at risk, क्योंकि ये आपके लिए भी जानना उतना ही जरूरी है. So one is a age extremes. If the pregnancy is happening at less than 18 years of age or at more than 35 years of age, yes, it carries a little risk. Right? Similarly, weight. आपका जो baseline weight है वो क्या है? If you are underweight or if you are overweight, both has impacts on the pregnancy. Or if you have normal dietary patterns, or if you have eating disorders like smoking or alcohol, then also that will put the pregnancy at a risk of developing certain complications like PIH, IUGR, that is a growth restriction of your child. If there is a previous history of miscarriage in the early pregnancy or previous history of preterm labors, that can also impact the pregnancy outcome. Multiple pregnancies like twins or triplets, definitely they are at a high risk. If there is a already you have a family history of hypertension or diabetes, or there is a pre-existing illness like a पहले से diabetic है और अब आप pregnant हुए, तो definitely derangement बढ़ेगा, definitely monitoring ज़्यादा करनी है, हमको वो risk factors को prevent करना है, बेबी पे इम्पैक्ट आएगा तो वो चीजें हमें अर्ली डिटेक्ट करनी है, टाइमली इंटरवीन करनी है. द सेम वे गोज विद सपोज पहले से अगर हाइपरटेंशन है या हिस्ट्री है एपिलेप्सी की या देयर इज अ हिस्ट्री ऑफ इन्फेक्शन, और इफ योर बेसलाइन एचबी इज लेस, दैट इज योर एनीमिक, सो दैट आल्सो कैरीज a lot of impact on your pregnancy and on your baby. So when you as a patient enters into a clinic, definitely we categorize into in what category are we falling into. Are we falling into a low risk category जिसमें हमें लग रहा है कि कोई risk factor है ही नहीं, या we are falling into high risk category? Because high risk category है तो yes, we have to pay a little more attention and we have to get the proper investigations timely so that we can pick those things, right? So these are the individuals who can be at a risk of developing these complications. So now let's talk about these complications थोड़ा सा brief में just समझने के लिए. Like for example, I said threatened abortions or actual inevitable abortions. So basically, sometimes yes, in 5 to 10% of the cases, pregnancies do threaten in the form of a spotting or a pain, right? This is a warning sign. So if in a pregnancy you are facing bleeding issues, you have to visit to the hospital, because then they'll cross check how is baby developing inside, whether the cardiac activity is there or not. Is there any bleed? If there is, then yes, timely progesterone support, sometimes in the form of tablets, sometimes in the form of injections, bed rest and all. Because अगर मैं बोलूँ कि 10 to 15% pregnancies they might land up into the failure of pregnancy. In 10 to 15% में अगर आप जल्दी आ जाते हैं, timely आ जाते हैं, investigate हो जाते हैं, हम चीजें pick कर लेते हैं, तो yes, 5% of them can be picked and they can be timely managed and the pregnancy goes on smoothly. So this is about the threatened abortion, inevitable abortions. Then comes infections. Per se, females are prone for urinary tract infections because the female's urethra is short, it is at such an angle in the genital parts that females are predisposed for these urine infections as compared to the males. And while during the pregnancy, this chance can increase. Because अभी जो first trimester चल रहा है ना, आपका इतना nausea है, you are not able to eat properly, you are not able to drink properly, your water intake goes down, you are already at a high risk of developing UTIs. So what will happen? The less water intake will further predispose you to. It is very, very important to detect UTIs if there are any symptoms, if you are coming with a burning micturition or a lot of frequency and all. Timely treatment can prevent abortions because any infection in pregnancy is important to treat. Because जब कोई भी infection होगा तो body में prostaglandins बहुत सारे mediators, inflammatory mediators increase हो जाते हैं जिसकी वजह से pregnancy loss में जा सकती है. So this is very, very important. Now let's talk about anemia. India में generally फीमेल्स का जो HB होता है हीमोग्लोबिन दैट इज ऑन अ लेसर साइड. जो नॉर्मल अगर मैं बात करूं तो 12 to 14 ग्राम होना चाहिए, बट ऑन एन एवरेज हमको जो मिलता है जब हम चेक करते हैं तो रफली 10, 10.5, 9.5. सो यू आर इन अ माइल्ड अनीमिया कैटेगरी. अब अनीमिया क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है डिटेक्ट करना और टाइमली ट्रीटमेंट करना? बिकॉज इफ द HB इज लेस, योर ऑक्सीजन कैरिंग कैपेसिटी इज लेस. तो अब यही वाला ब्लड जब प्लेसेंटा के थ्रू इट विल रीच टू द बेबी, ऑफ कोर्स द न्यूट्रिशनल रिक्वायरमेंट व्हिच इज नीडेड बाय द फीटस इज डेफिनेटली कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. तो slowly and slowly it will impact the growth of your baby. So this can lead to intrauterine growth restriction. That means जितना potential baby में grow होने का था उतना नहीं grow हो पा रहा है. And it is affecting the health of a mother also. Because अगर anemia है तो obviously you will feel very tired, you will feel very weak, you will feel less energetic, बहुत जल्दी थक जाओगे, सांस भी फूलेगा, breathlessness होगी, and we are predisposing you to the complications during the time of delivery. जरा सा भी loss होगा ना तो you will have more symptoms, compensate नहीं करती है body. So anemia is one very important thing which is very, very prevalent in India. It is very common. And we have to check the baseline HB status. We have to start the supplements जो हमारा ये iron की requirement है pregnancy में. This is to the tune of 27 mg per day, which is actually double the requirement of the non-pregnant females. So हम कितना भी आपको बोले डाइट में कि आप green leafy vegetables लीजिए, आप sprouts लीजिए, काला चना लीजिए, make the food in iron utensils, but still, despite of all these factors, sometimes we do have to add these supplements because we want to prevent these complications of maternal compromise and the baby's growth restriction. So this is again one very, very important thing. Then PIH, that is pregnancy induced hypertension. अब एक तो इसमें हो गया कि अगर आपको पहले से ही hypertension है, आपका BP हाई है, pre existing hypertension है या family में history है BP की, so what will happen? this will put you at a risk of developing this PIH during pregnancy. ज्यादातर केसेस में आफ्टर 20 वीक्स डेवलप होगा. Now, if suppose it develops, as a patient, what you should know: number one, monitoring is very, very, very important. So generally, I ask my patients that if you have a digital manometer with you, please measure your BP at least twice daily. Let me know if your diastolic BP is more than 90 or your systolic BP is more than 140 or so. Because timely monitoring, say we can detect कि when it is going in a range when we have to start the tablets. क्योंकि what is actually PIH? Basically क्या होता है कि आपकी blood vessels में इतना ज़्यादा resistance है कि वो blood आगे जा नहीं पा रहा है. वो resistance है तभी तो BP बढ़ रहा है. Now if the blood is not going properly, जितना amount में जाना चाहिए, तो ultimately the blood will reach in less amount to the baby. बहुत simple language में कोशिश कर रही हूँ आपको समझाने की. So this will further lead to growth restriction of the baby. Not only the growth of the fetus is affected, even the mother is at high risk because it can impact your eyes, it can impact the kidney parameters, it can impact the liver parameters, it can put you at the risk of eclampsia and HELLP syndrome, जिसमें कि eclampsia होता है जिसमें fits आ जाते हैं. It can lead to abruptio. Abruptio is a very dreadful complication कि आपका बीपी बहुत शूट किया एंड जैसे स्ट्रोक होता है ना नॉर्मल इंडिविजुअल्स में जो एल्डरली लोग होते हैं बीपी की वजह से. अब इसमें क्या होता है कि जो प्लेसेंटा होता है वहां पे वो पूरा ब्लीडिंग हो जाता है, प्लेसेंटा अपनी जगह छोड़ देता है एंड इट लीड्स टू इंट्रायूट्राइन डेथ ऑफ अ बेबी. सो एक लाइफ लॉस्ट हो गई एंड नाउ मदर इज ऑल्सो एट अ रिस्क. We have to ensure कि as early as possible within 6 to 8 hours we have to deliver the baby, right? And we have to ensure that yes, the mother is safe enough. So PIH is one very, very important medical complication जिसको हम बहुत timely prevent कर सकते हैं. In fact, indirect markers हम हमेशा as a doctor हम हमेशा check करते हैं जब आपका double marker कराते हैं हम डाउन सिंड्रोम check करने के लिए, but we do check the levels of the all investigations, PAPA and all. उससे वहां से हमें कोई ना कुछ hints मिलते हैं कि probably she must be at a risk of developing PIH. So when, if suppose you develop this complication, please ensure that you are visiting regularly, you are getting your BP checked regularly, you are informing your findings to the doctor if it is on a rise, so that the timely medicine can be started, और अगर already started है तो the dose can be titrated so that आपका pregnancy safe रहे और pregnancy का outcome भी उतना ही smooth रहे. Then there is one important complication, GDM, that is gestational diabetes mellitus. तो मतलब कि जो शुगर का मेटाबॉलिज्म डिरेंज हो रहा है वो जेस्टेशन के दौरान हो रहा है, मतलब प्रेगनेंसी के दौरान हो रहा है. सो इट्स अ स्पेसिफिक कंडीशन ऑफ अ प्रेगनेंसी इन विच जो आपका शुगर है वो ठीक से मेटाबोलाइज नहीं हो रहा है एंड द लेवल्स आर हाई इन द ब्लड एंड द सेम ब्लड गोज टू द बेबी. दीज फ्लक्चुएबल शुगर लेवल्स, कभी लो कभी ज्यादा, दिस कैन लीड टू मिसहैप्स. सो अगेन जीडीएम जनरली ज्यादातर केसेस में 20 वीक्स के बाद डेवलप करता है. अगर आपको प्री एग्जिस्टिंग है तो ऑब्वियसली फिर उसमें और भी टाइट कंट्रोल जरूरी हो जाता है. हमें डाइटरी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस डालनी होती है, शुगर्स एकदम बंद कर देने पड़ते हैं हमको. हम इसमें भी शुगर मॉनिटरिंग करते हैं. जनरली अगर पेशेंट जीडीएम डायग्नोज होता है तो वी आस्क यू टू बाय ग्लूकोमीटर एंड ऑल सो दैट द मॉनिटरिंग कैन बी डन स्मूथली. एंड if it is not controlled by the diet, by the medications, then yes, there is no other option other than insulin. Insulin is safe enough or it is important so that your pregnancy goes smoothly, because ultimately again by the end of the day we want a safe mother and a safe child. So we have to pick it up, we have to detect it, we have to treat it, right? And you have to help by doing the monitoring, timely visit and following all advices, right? Now let's talk about one or two more complications. Preterm labor. So generally जो pregnancy हमारा tenure है पूरा 40 weeks का tenure है, right? But suppose अगर you are landing up into labor in less than 37 weeks or so, so this is labeled as preterm labor. अब उसमें early preterm labor, late preterm labor उसमें नहीं जाते हैं, वो बहुत ज्यादा medical terms हो जाएंगी. But अगर आपको कभी भी bleeding हो in advanced pregnancy लीकिंग हो जाए. लीकिंग मीन्स यू आर having a very very thin discharge just like a urine and you are sure that you haven't passed urine, so that is leaking. या आपको पेन्स आने लगे which are almost intermittent and they are coming at a regular intervals, it is a time to visit your doctor, because yes, they can be an early sign of preterm labor. अगर आप टाइमली आ जाते हैं, आपकी फाइंडिंग्स एडवांस नहीं है, तो वी कैन गिव द मेडिकेशंस, वी कैन स्टार्ट द इंजेक्शंस, वी कैन स्टॉप द लेबर देयर एंड प्रेगनेंसी कैन बी कंटिन्यू टू द सेफेस्ट लिमिट. हाउएवर, अगर आप एडवांस फाइंडिंग के साथ आए हैं, सो एट दैट टाइम बहुत ज्यादा मेडिकेशन जनरली फिर अलाउड नहीं होती है, एंड sometimes we do monitor, we keep you under observation, but sometimes it leads to delivery. So it's a preterm delivery. अब हम क्यों नहीं चाहते प्रीटर्म डिलीवरी? बिकॉज डेफिनेटली जो बेबी अगर प्रीटर्म होता है तो जो उसके जो ऑर्गन्स होते हैं दे आर नॉट दैट वेल डेवलप्ड एज कंपेयर टू द टर्म बेबीज. सो द लॉन्ग टर्म आउटकम कैन बी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. सो जनरली वी वांट कि जितना प्रेगनेंसी टर्म के पास तक पहुंचती जाएगी उतना अच्छा है. There's one question that what if someone is already on BP medication lab at 100 but BP still remains under control? If the BP remains under control on the medication, then you have to continue the medication. And if suppose the BP readings are going high, then definitely contact your doctor. That's the key point. So these are actually the main common complications, right? सो प्रीटर्म लेबर जब भी होता है, ये जो भी आपको वार्निंग साइंस मैंने बताए हैं, लीकिंग हो गया, ब्लीडिंग हो गया, पेन एब्डोमेन हो गया, प्लीज प्लीज रीच इमीडिएटली टू योर डॉक्टर, टू योर हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल्स. देन ऑफ लेट अभी आजकल ICP इज अ वन कंडीशन, इंट्राहेपेटिक कोलेस्टासिस ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी, व्हिच इज ऑन राइज. जनरली इट मैनिफेस्ट एज इचिंग, right? So when the patient comes to us and saying, and advanced pregnancy is saying a lot of itching on here and there, so yes, we do get you investigated to detect ICP if there is. Because if there is ICP, that is intrahepatic cholestasis of pregnancy, there is some mutation at the level, some mutation at the enzyme level in the liver, and उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, there is a deposition of a bile acids under the skin, and this leads to a lot of itching. Why it is important to detect? Because again, the golden rule in ICP is that we have to deliver the patient between 37 and 38 weeks. Because अगर हम नहीं करेंगे तो there are chances that there can be sudden IUDs, that is intrauterine death of a baby, or there is a passage of meconium. Meconium is passage of stools by the baby. So that will put the health of the baby at risk. So that is why it is important to detect. So overall अगर मैं आपसे ये बात करूं तो mostly pregnancies are complication free. 10% of the pregnancies can be affected by these complications. They can manifest in the form of a bleeding, leaking, development of BP, abnormal sugars, infections, pain abdomen, all these things. Please ensure from your side that prenatal visits are important. You have to come for them. It is for your safety. आजकल कोरोना वायरस पैंडेमिक के चक्कर में वैसे ही जो विजिट्स हैं अपनी बहुत डिलेड करके बुला रहे हैं, सेफेस्ट लिमिट में डिले कर रहे हैं, बट प्लीज ट्राई टू फॉलो दोज विजिट्स सिंसियरली. जो भी आपको इन्वेस्टिगेशंस बोली जाती हैं, जो भी अगर आपको मॉनिटरिंग बोली जाती है, प्लीज डू देम डिलिजेंटली एंड इन्फॉर्म योर ट्रीटिंग डॉक्टर सो दैट अगर कहीं कोई चेंजेस आने हैं मैनेजमेंट में तो किए जा सके. डाइटरी पैटर्न इज ऑलवेज एक्सप्लेन्ड फ्रॉम सेकेंड ट्राइमेस्टर ऑनवर्ड्स. प्लीज फॉलो देम. Avoid the use of smoking and alcohol if there is. Generally, we do prescribe prenatal vitamins and supplements. Do take them. It is for your safety because जैसे अगर HB कम है तो it is important to take iron. The same way अगर आप कैल्शियम है, कैल्शियम नहीं लेंगे जब हम प्रिस्क्राइब करें तो ultimately your bone will suffer, right? And you will have then long bone pains and all during your advanced stages like 35-40 पे जब आप आएंगे then you will realize कि how it is affecting. I always ask my patients to decrease your stress level, और वो बोलने से नहीं होता है decrease your stress level. So I ask my patients to do meditation for maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever, जितना भी आपके पास time है. I always explain the concept of गर्भ संस्कार. because it is very very important to do all these things. These send positive vibes, they de-stress you. I always explain yoga. So ये सारी चीजें important हैं follow करना, so that आपकी जो complications हैं वो कम से कम हो और timely detect हो जाए. In the end, what I want to lay stress on is, please remember the warning signs. कोई भी चीज आपको नॉर्मल से हटके अलग लगती है, प्लीज इन्फॉर्म योर डॉक्टर सो दैट योर ट्रीटिंग डॉक्टर नोज व्हाट इज गोइंग अराउंड, एंड जिसमें कि आपका ब्लीडिंग किसी भी स्टेज पे आ जाए प्रेगनेंसी में, इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. थिन लिक्विड डिस्चार्ज any stage, it is important. You have to visit because it needs to be examined and investigated if necessary. If you notice there is a sudden swelling all over the body, आपकी रिंग्स टाइट हो गई हैं, चप्पल नहीं आ रही हैं, it can be an indication of developing hypertension. So yes, you must report immediately. If you are having pain in abdomen, you have to report. Fever, headache, dizziness, these all are important signs. या फिर एडवांस प्रेगनेंसी में जैसे हम 32 वीक्स ऑनवर्ड्स आपको ना फीटल मूवमेंट काउंट रिकॉर्ड बताते हैं कि हाउ यू हैव टू मेंटेन द फीटल मूवमेंट रिकॉर्ड. If you are feeling loss of fetal movement, mind you, this is very important sign. 60% of the mishaps can be prevented if you notice the complaint and you inform to your doctor, because then we generally do investigate it further by the NST, that is a non-stress test, or by a Doppler, so that we can detect if anything ominous is there. So in the end, I really want the pregnancies to be complications free, but of course it cannot follow the dictum rule of 100%. There will be complications, so ultimately the whole idea is to prevent, detect and treat timely, and for that we need your help in the form of regular prenatal visits, following the advice, doing the monitoring as needed. Warning signs I have already explained you. Be aware of them. Do inform if there are any. So in the end, nothing less, but I wish all of you to have minimum complications, your pregnancies to be smooth, and your baby to be healthy enough. So with that, I'll end this talk. There are no more questions to be attended, so you can still post your questions, which can be answered at a later date. Thank you so much for your precious time and for listening it carefully. Thank you.